I guess. I mean, we could sit here and talk for a while, but they're not here to see us, are they?
No, they are definitely not.
All right, Zath, it's game 2 of this best-of-3 series. TWA needs a win. They're spawning in green here on North. Talk me through their lineup.
Yeah, so let's take a look. So we've got Vile now and Havarask. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Forward into Dawn is in a Cassard. And all of the cruisers, I think TWA is like, you know what? We really just need firepower here. So going with Sakiko's Petropavlovsk with reload. We've got Kinimod in his Manitar again. We've got Akia in the Mosby Unique Upgrade again. Kaistis in a Napoli. And then we've got Point in the Petropavlovsk also with reload. Behind them is Elsnackman's Libertad and Angel Stone's Bungo. And I gotta say, seeing a Libertad after yesterday, talking about the curse of the Libertad.
I know.
Yeah.
For those of you that might not have been tuned in yesterday, no team that we saw yesterday that fielded a Libertad won a game with it. So I'm really curious to see how TWA fields this ship and what value they get out of it. In red to the south, ARIS also bringing a 2-destroyer lineup to the dance. Let's start over here on the western flank. This is Yuchu's Smoland. Nothing particularly shocking in that build. Engine boost and gun reload there. Yusugami's Napoli going for a secondary build with Outnumbered. The Outnumbered is going to get him do him well as he heads off to the B flank and where he will likely be outnumbered. The rest of ARIS staying to the eastern half of the map, kind of as you would expect here on North. Lots of cap circles over there. Ice-T's Delny, speed boosting, making quick revolutions, trying to beat Forward Dawn's Cassard to E. That's going to be interesting to watch. Behind him, Care's Napoli. Full secondary build to go with top grade gunner. Shikishima's Petropavlovsk, that's not confusing at all. Also going top grade gunner and gun reload. BYF's Sabir, full secondary build, sort of as you would expect, trying to maximize his damage control. PVO from RBQ here, doing PVO things, and 2 ships hanging near mid right now. That's PreyQ's Sabir, looking like he's trying to make sure this channel along the 6 line stays closed, backed up by Lala's Petropavlovsk with a very similar build to the other Petro in the lineup.
So, you got one team that takes a Libertad, which has a bit of a curse behind it so far in this tournament. The other one takes 2 Sabirs, which also has a curse behind it so far in this tournament.
It does a little bit, but we've actually seen teams win with Sabir. We've never seen a team win with a Libertad. Not yet.
True.
Ice-T briefly detected there in the E-cap, knows the Cassard is nearby, can see the cap flipping, knows he's in there. So E's going to be hard contested for a while. Vile's Haba wins the race over to the west as Yuchu's Smollin just now beginning to step onto the cap over here. So basically, each team broken up into 3 elements. We've got a 5-ship element for ARIS, these 2 in mid and 2 over here on the western flank. They're opposite numbers. A 3-ship element here for TWA, 2 in mid, and at the moment, 4 over here on the west.
Yeah, very interesting initial positions here. Okay. Sorry, just had to do something off the stream for a moment. So getting back into it, I do like Kinimod's positioning in the Minotaur. I feel like TWA is going to put a good amount of forces over there. They're going to make it around the AB side.
Well, and a couple other things to note. What we've been seeing on North, the previous games of the tournament, teams would push over here and it would be a big rumble in the ECAP. TWA making the early call, nah, screw it. Pull out. We are not hanging around here. This is not happening.
Yeah. Yep. They don't want to get stuck like last game.
They don't. ARIS shoving Lala's Petro into D for the moment. No guns, no shells coming in. Looking like, oh, there we go. Snackman taking a salvo. We'll see if he can get it over the island. Can he get the reset? He does. He puts one through the bow.
He does.
As the PVO airstrikes begin to come in on IKEA's Moskva, those 2 guys catching each other on Hydro.
while taking some damage now. He's opening up on the Napoli. Angel Stone's Bungo Salvo coming in. Nope.
I'm a little surprised to see TWA surrender this cap without a fight. They didn't have the resources to fight for it, though, so it kind of makes sense. I mean, it was a 5-on-3. They were never going to be able to pull it off. So now they've essentially redeployed, they're kind of repositioning set to receive this push, right? You can see kind of this counterclockwise push coming from ARIS up the 9-10 line, and the Moskva here, this is IKEA, was already facing to that direction. They're now moving the Petro through mid as the Minotaur-Napoli combo moving into B, pushing out the small into Napoli, and then the original 3-ship element that was over at A, kind of working the northern side of the map, keeping ARIS honest.
It's always difficult as a team pushes through a flank. It's always difficult because farther you push along that flank, the more side you're going to give. If you push straight up the flank, like you can see ARIS' Napoli doing up the 10 line, well, he gives up a broadside possibly to, the Libertad. So he's got to be, very cautious. At the same time, you want to get your ships back into the game and go towards the center. So you have to kind of almost like parade formation, all wheel along at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Not very easy to do. And that's why I always say when you're kiting away, say in ranked or something like that, you're going to kite to the corner because it forces the enemy team to spend way too much time on you. And meanwhile, Forward into Dawn's in a perfect position to just keep vomiting torpedoes in its Cassard and just going fishing,
ARIS now sandwiching IKEA. They're going to have a Petro in front of him. They're bringing Prey Q's Sabir up the 6-line channel. He's in a bit of a secondary duel with Snackman's Libertad. But IKEA under tremendous pressure here. Lala's Petro has reoriented. He's now pointed back the other way. Because this is now what begins as a north-south map is going to quickly devolve into an east-west map here, as I'm 100% positive TWA wants to retain control of their 3 caps. ARIS now going to have to find a way to try to break in from there too off to the west. Sorry, off to the east.
Yeah. And zoom in a little bit here. We're going to take a look at IKEA going down just in front of these torpedoes. Prey Q at under half health already in his Sabir, putting on his wonderful heal.
Just has begun the crazy heal. He's still got plenty of time left on it. Trying to retreat back a bit and back off of some of that secondary damage the Libertad was shelling out. Angel Stone was set up for a really good Bungo salvo through the gap, right? This gap on this channel up the 6 line. The Bungo took a shot at him as he went through there, but it was mostly overpins through the bow. He overled it or didn't judge the speed quite right. He didn't get much out of that salvo.
Yeah, I've been watching his positioning as TWA has said, okay, well, we've managed to push ARIS off the B cap. We can't over push into that because, again, torpedoes, et cetera, et cetera. So Angel Stone instead being redeployed to blunt ARIS's push.
TWA up on caps, down on points, having lost their Moskva, but doing a good job with board control here, keeping ARIS bottled up on the eastern half of the map for the moment. Cassard and Delny getting into it here a bit. That's Ice-T and Forward Unto Dawn. The Delny opens up. The Cassard doesn't, and Ice-T is going to pay a bit of a price for this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He's got the heal going, so probably won't die, but here comes the Bungo salvo.
Got something out of it.
Good damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Angel Stone taking that shot. Didn't have his spotter plane up, so he wasn't getting the fancy improved dispersion that you would get from a typical Bungo salvo. Prey Q does take a Cassard torpedo there with more on the way.
Against a dodging destroyer, it's almost better to not put the plane up, right? You want that extra dispersion so you guarantee a hit as opposed to just all miss.
Yep. Prey Q taking a couple of Cassard torpedoes from Forward Unto Dawn. He's completely out of heal now, and his DCP 20 seconds away. He's got at least one flood ticking in there. And now a fire.
And take a look. TWA poised to win in 2 minutes because they control 3 caps to ARIS's 2.
Well, and they're going to speed this up quickly if they can bag this kill on Prey Q. Forward unto Dawn now bringing his guns to bear, putting some pressure here. Snackman still chucking AA into that gap. Good salvo on RBQ's PVO back there. That was Snackman, I have to believe. He should have had a shot there. Prey Q gets to his DCP at 3,800 HP. They can't lose forward onto Dawn here.
Wow.
He's going to have to go dark. Was more shells falling in. They're going to get him.
Oh,
they do.
They get him.
That's a big, big kill for ARIS. A bit of an unforced error, I think, maybe.
Possibly. Look at the timing difference.
Yep.
TWA's got to pick up this kill on the Severe. And they do it.
Right now, they're trying to... They got a fish for him in there. They do have him spotted. Trying to get a fire on the bow or some HE pens through there. They do get the fire. That's big. The fire's going to seal the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. That'll flip the timer back the other way.
Minute to go.
So just like that, TWA 60 seconds from a win here in Game 2. Vile under some big pressure here, trying to get away from Yuchu's Smalland.
Yeah, they brought Yuchu back. They just told Napoli, you know what? Just go along the corner and,
just keep those guys out of the fight.
Essentially, right. With 43 seconds to go, Kenny now being detected, shots coming in from Petro. Nothing doing. But RBQ is going to keep trying.
TWA in
30 seconds to go.
TWA in a good position here. ARIS is going to have to take some nasty risks to slow the points gain down. They're going to try it. Here comes Ice-T's Delny, coordinating with Lala's Petro in the C-cap. Going to try and push point out of the way. At a minimum, they're going to step onto the C-cap and buy themselves some time.
I like the decision of moving both at once. But yeah.
Big AP salvo coming in. They're going to get point, but is it going to come too late? 5 seconds on the timer. 3 seconds on the timer. They don't get it.
It's too late.
It's too late. They waited just a hair too late. TWA walks away with their first win against an Asia team here in King of the Sea 18 International.
All right.
Match like that just gets the blood going. Woo! Love it.
Yeah, seriously. All right, everybody. I'm awake now. How about you?
Yeah, I know, right? Are you not entertained, ladies and gentlemen?